At around 7 p.m. Monday, March 22nd, the West Fargo Police Department responded to a shooting in the area of 9th Street West and Parkway Drive. The shooting occurred after C.J. Jesse James Carruthers, a 19-year-old male, and one 17-year-old juvenile male exited a residence on Parkway Drive and attempted to rob the driver of a dark-colored vehicle they had called to the location. During the attempted robbery, both parties began shooting, and one juvenile victim who was in a nearby residence was struck by a bullet in the head. The victim was transported to a local hospital. The responding officers were able to locate Carruthers and the juvenile in the area and take them into custody for questioning and subsequent arrest. Officers were also able to recover a firearm believed to be connected to the shooting. Carruthers and the juvenile male were arrested for reckless endangerment with a firearm, robbery, and discharge of a firearm within city limits. The West Fargo Police Department has submitted a report to the Cass County State's Attorney's Office for charging. In addition, the West Fargo Police Department is looking for the owner or driver of a dark-colored vehicle that was targeted in the robbery and possibly fired upon during the incident. Anyone with information about this vehicle or its occupants at the time of the incident, or anyone with surveillance video of the incident or any additional information is asked to call the West Fargo Police Department at 701-433-5500. It's important to note this incident is unrelated to the shooting that happened on Sunday night that also caused gunshot injuries. The West Fargo Police Department shares the concerns of our community after experiencing 2 shootings in 2 days, resulting in innocent victims being injured. These incidents were targeted to the individuals involved and not the larger community. We are committed to holding the parties involved responsible for their actions. We would also like to thank the Fargo Police Department, the Cass County Sheriff's Office, the North Dakota Highway Patrol, and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms for their assistance over the course of the last 2 days. And I would also like to commend our officers for their brave and quick actions that resulted in identifying and arresting the 2 suspects from last night's incident. And with that, that's the statement that we've got to provide.
Just to clarify, when you say that both parties were involved in shooting, are you talking about the potential victim in the vehicle as well as the alleged suspects, or do you mean the 2 suspects?
Well, we know that there was several gunshots that were exchanged, and at this point we're not sure exactly what happened, and that's why we're looking to locate the occupant or occupants of that dark-colored vehicle that we will release. We've got a photograph of that here, and we've also have plans to publish that through our communication staff, so we'll get that vehicle to you so you can put it out as well.
And do you have more information about the vehicle that maybe it isn't here, but since we're
Yeah, it's a passenger vehicle. It's dark colored. There are some kind of distinguishing characteristics about the vehicle that I think might make it stick out a little bit more to the public or be more easily identifiable. So that's why we're asking for assistance from the public at this time in identifying who may either own it or who the occupants might have been during the time of this incident.
Is Carruthers being cooperative? Is he giving any names? Is he helping police track down this other vehicle and these other people involved?
I don't have any information about any of the interview that might have taken place with him, so I can't comment at that at this time on that. So.
The child that was shot, are they life-threatening injuries?
We don't have a recent update on the status. The last that we had heard was that the victim was in stable condition at a local hospital.
How are you putting at ease the minds of West Fargo residents at this point?
Well, I think it's important to remember that these 2 incidents, while they're both occurred over a 2-day period, a relatively close 2-day period, there were targeted incidents involving people that were actually involved in altercations prior to that, or involved in, again, the details that we have learned up to this point, that there was a robbery attempt. So these aren't random incidents that are affecting the citizens of our community. It's people that were actually involved in these incidents, and so they were targeted. So I guess that would be my answer to that, that it's not things that are happening randomly out in our community.
Sorry, I have one or two more questions. Do the West Fargo Police keep track of shooting numbers in their crime statistics?
I didn't hear the question. That's okay.
Do you guys keep track of shooting numbers in your crime statistics?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer because we don't classify them as shootings. Certainly, we keep track of crimes against persons that could be either assaults or aggravated assaults or homicides, things of that nature. So we don't classify by a shooting. It would be by crime type that we would have to report. So we do keep track of those statistics.
And so would a shooting likely be involved in well, the reason I'm asking is because obviously with the annual report being released just last week, and crime numbers were down, including violent crime.
Yes.
In 2020 was down from, I think it was 40 aggravated assaults in 2019. Is this recent amount, or, two back-to-back, is this making it look like it's on those violent crime numbers might go up in 2021, or is it too early to tell?
It's too early to tell. It's, we're relatively, early into the new year. So anytime we have incidents like this that involve innocent victims or anybody being injured in our community, it's obviously a concern to us. So while I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, you're correct that we did have an 11% decrease in crimes against persons or violent crimes last year, and things like this, shootings or assaults that happen, would fall under those categories.
The home that the suspects walked out of, have there been issues at that residence before?
I don't have that information in front of me right now, so I can't answer that question.
Is Carruthers known to law enforcement? I know that we've covered stories on him in the past. Is he known to West Fargo law enforcement? Has he been in trouble for you in the past?
I guess I don't have that information in front of me either to know if he's been involved in any other prior incidents, so I can't really comment on that at this time.
Has there been an arrest for Sunday night's incident?
Sunday night's incident is still under investigation. We don't have any updates in relation to that shooting that happened, and at this point we have not made any arrests in that case. So that's all we've got. Appreciate everybody coming out.